Grand Rising, Kings and Queens. Center my strength, my love, and my courage. We set the standard, we raised the bar. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know it had almost been like 2 weeks. I promise I thought I thought I had just made that last video like a week ago, to be honest with you. But that just lets me know a lot has been going on, but good. I started working at the construction job, or the little pavement company. It's cool. I'm gonna love the job. I just can't wait to start working with them full time. I just started working with them last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it was cool, invaluable experience. I can really learn all of this stuff, the blueprints. Just a whole bunch of interesting things. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Last Sunday, we went out to a apartment complex and we got everything, like it was just an empty lot, and we started marking and measuring out all the lines and everything, handicap signs, walkways, all that stuff. It was, I'm forgetting the term off the walk zones, I don't know. But we did a lot of stuff, and outside of striping, I was chalking stuff down, getting measurements myself. So it was good experience to get with the little chalk thing that we used to measure out. We were using tape measures. I know how to use a tape measure. Um, I looked at a blueprint for I'm not gonna say the first time in my life, but I looked at a parking lot blueprint, started to learn how to read and understand the parking lot blueprint. What I'm looking at, understanding, it was very interesting though, and I had a great time. It didn't even feel like work, to be honest with you. So that was cool. In the meantime, I still am at the factory. It kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, because my heart is with the other job for real. So until next week, I do still need to be, you know, at the factory. I did put in my 2 week notice, so it it's just not where I want to be though. It's not. So it's only a week left. I can get through it. But you know, everything else is like really falling into place. I cannot complain about too much. I could I could talk a little shit right now, but to be honest with you, I got too many good things to be focused on, and I could, like I said, I really could be lowering myself, and I'm not gonna do it. The funny thing about how a lot of things work out is like you end up knowing people, and the one thing I would say is if I was younger, I would have mishandled um a lot of things a lot of information that I have found out. But because I'm just in a different place in my life, I really gotta laugh. Um, you know, at the end of the day, it's just crazy. Like I said, I'm not gonna say too much. But it is funny. It's very funny. When they say people try to replace you with people similar to you, they they were not lying. I just say for me, um, it's just all new territory that I'm in right now. People coming at the woodworks with sudden interest. I've already had to shut down a couple of people. Like, you can just tell ulterior motives. I hate when people lie. I really do. Um, as a person who used to lie about just dumb stuff, and now I'm just like so honest. I'm like, I feel like it's like you almost, it's like people want you to lie to create some type of mystery. And what I say to people is like, you got to understand that life, unless you just have like a financial abundance, or you just never have to worry about, money, you know what I mean? Life isn't just all fun shits and giggles. It's not just partying every night. There's a lot of days of people calling to ask if you want to do something. You're like, nah, I can't do it. Or people asking if you want to be a part of this, and you're like, nah, man, I have the finances for it now, but like, it's just not in my best interest to spend that money knowing that I might need it somewhere in a week down the line in general. So the one thing, like I said, I'll just remind people is like, success isn't just all fun. You guys see a lot of the results of people, and you get that misconstrued with all the hard work, the lonely nights, the solo nights, the it's not all glitz and glamour. And that's the one thing that like frustrates me with people that see some of the things that I've done in my life, and they just act like this shit happened overnight. Like, no, I went through some shit, healed through some stuff, and it's like, now I'm at a point where it's like, I need to start getting outside and breathing in the fresh air. You know, but people just see the results and just think like, they don't know about the hard work that got put into this. They don't know about the like I was up late on a couple of nights during this little journey of mine, and I don't appreciate the lack of respect from people, not talking about anybody specifically, just in generally speaking. um every time I make a video, you know, I'm like in a different spot. Um I'm still taking in a lot of the fruits of my labor. I'm still adjusting to the results. When you start to get results, then you got to start to compound that, and you got to level up some more, So I'm at that point where it's like, just talking about the gym, right? The first 30 days I was doing XYZ. Now the next 60 days I have to build on XYZ. Um, I have to do some different things. I have to up the weight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at a point in my life, like, things have never been this just right in front of me. I got real options as far as work. I'm learning a lot. I'm taking care of things correctly. You know what I mean? I could have just quit the factory job, and one day I could go back if I need to. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But one day I might this might be something I could lean on in a time of anything going on. So, you know, I got this girl I'm trying to talk to. She cool. It'll be interesting, you know. I've I've talked to a couple of people, you know, since I've been single, but I can say I'm just looking at this a little different in the aspect that we got similar interests. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that could, I just got to fill it out. That's all I can say. I'm not nervous. I'm just like, for me, it's hard to like to me the talking stage is like kind of boring. You know, Um, but that's why you don't want to rush things, you know. One thing for me though, I'm just not going out of my way to try to impress anybody. You could say I pursued this, but there's definitely like a mutual interest. So I'm just going with the flow. But the flow to me sometimes is just boring. Um, but boring is good, you know what I'm saying? There's boring in success. People just think successful people just went outside and picked some money off a tree. Like, nah, man, there was some losses they took along the way. Learned from the loss. Made some bad investments, you know, for people. Like, there's just so many different things and aspects to be mindful of when it comes to finances. And I'm getting to a spot where I got like different avenues of income, and I don't have too many. Like I said, I needed to get more frugal, and I've done that, and I'm just proud of myself, you know. One thing at a time, one day at a time. This isn't going to happen overnight. What I'm trying to accomplish is going to take a different level of patience, understanding, faith, and discipline. I understand that. So life is good. Like I said, it's just funny to me to like to see some of the people come out the woodworks all of a sudden with this interest. Now that they figure out I'm not getting back with my ex, and I never was going to, but that chapter in my life is closed, and I am I'm good single. I'm good with somebody by me. Um, it doesn't make a difference to me, to be honest with you. I enjoy my own company. I feel like now I'm at the point in the process where like I need to really get out and, you know, talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm like kind of comfortable being single, where it's like the talking stage shouldn't feel how it does right now, but that's just because I've been so earnest in my journey of self-love, pouring into my own cup. And real quick before I end the video, you know, I had went to a little party that my ex-girlfriend's family had. It was like a little color party or whatever, and there's certain people in the family that didn't know we had broke up, and I let them know, like, yeah, man, we over. And I saw him the next day, and her uncle came up to me and was like, hey, man, you look really happy. Like, I noticed something different about you. He was like, you know, you can tell you're happy now. And that was that was cool. Another one of those things where it's like a big deal to me, because it's just like a another like closure, you know, that I get, so to speak, as far as just being, I've done this the right way. I've went through this by myself, and I didn't complain. I didn't stoop down the levels that I could have. I really just looked in the mirror and said, what are we going to do? And I still need to tighten up on some things, you know, because my work schedule has been really hectic. I haven't really been in the Bible the way I would like to. I missed the group a couple of weeks because I was working with my brother, which is okay. If I'm making money, I'm okay to miss the group every once in a while. But you know, that's the one thing that I say kind of feels like, dang, I need to be more disciplined with that, because I'm still praying, meditating, getting outside and grounding and all that good stuff. But um, I do enjoy reading the Bible. I do enjoy getting that scripture that just hits home. So I love you guys. I appreciate the continued support. You know, in the last video too, I had been upset the way I was because my daughter had just told me that her mom said they were moving into their apartment the next day. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why I cried or why it made me feel the way I feel. It was just like another step in the process of, like, you know, I guess the process of all of this, you know what I mean? So it's nothing, no jealousy, just like, damn, like, I'm happy for them. Hey, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy it, you know. And all you can do, like I said, is continue to adjust. And that's another aspect. Like I said, it's not all good, it's not all bad. It sucks only being able to talk to my kids sometimes because I've been working so much. But like hearing my kid's voice on the phone, I was able to talk to him. It meant a lot to me. A reason why we grind the way we do, continue to change my situation, and just stay locked in. I love you guys. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. I got to get more consistent with my videos. I just got to get better balance. Once I really switch my job, I'll be able to post a lot more about what I do at my new job. Just stay tuned in, you guys. Progress, not perfection. We set the standard. We raise the bar.